No change in weather or wind direction since entering Kreuzin provincial airspace.
We are currently cruising at a speed of 3,000 SPH. Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, she's a real natural at this.
Yeah, it's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
That's just one of her many charms.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease knowing she's in charge. So, today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it. Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way. And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still, I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing from tomorrow onward.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But, in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
Care to share your thoughts on this, instructor?
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want. I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got off.
You slacker.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but...
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the Arcade School of Courtsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
I was kidding. In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous was entrusted to you kids, not to me. If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
Getting back to the matter at hand, we don't need to decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now?
Come again?
I assume what would be our overall goal, something realistic that we can all work together towards. And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it?
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
We were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time, too.
When you break it down step by step, we did so much without even realizing it. And we may have our own personal goals right now, but if we can wrap those up into one overarching goal, it won't seem half as much.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself, then?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I wonder what's happening there.
Toa, George, the Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but...
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country. Now, most of the upper-class students chose to stick it out, though. They've got no reason to fear the Alliance, being nobles and all.
All right, then. I think our what should be taking back the Academy.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
No doubt. It's near the capital, so its defenses are going to be rock solid.
Still, I like it. What goal is more worthy of us than reclaiming something we hold so dear?
Indeed. Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity.
Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
We were thinking of something along the same lines, in fact, so it works out. And hey, if we all thought about it, what's to stop the others from Thors from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the academy, why not go and ask them to join us? I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
That's a great idea!
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep an eye out.
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the moment, but it's not like this is their full-time job. I'm sure our current staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
I know the feeling, actually.
Everything works for me. I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up, we'll use the Courageous as our base, and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia. Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we can. All for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's military academy.
Well, I suppose what we need to decide next is where we should head for first. Yeah, we don't have many places we can go at the moment, but there's Legram, Ymir, the Nord Highlands. We're able to land at the 4th Armored Division's base too, right? Yeah, I asked Dad about that yesterday and he's fine with it. Probably better for us to swing by all of them once, really. Oh, almost forgot. Prince Olibert sent you a few requests to take care of. He did. Oh, joy. The details are all right behind you. Behind us? Oh, there's an orbital computer here. I've only ever really used one in class. No need to fear, technology doesn't bite, plus it'll be easier in the long run for you to grab stuff from there. So go on, take a look. Sure. Oh, lucky us. These are made by the Epstein Foundation, so they're identical to the ones we used in class. There we go. Something's popped up. So this is how everything's displayed. The Intelligence Division has some of these too, I think. Monster Madness. A large, mysterious monster has appeared on the Highlands. We would ordinarily have asked the Khan to take care of it, but he's out on patrol and can't be reached. Would you be willing to defeat it for us in his stead? If so, you can find me talking with Gwyn in the lakeside cabin. I figured out where a few Thor students are. I know it's important to get them to join us, but I just want to make sure our first years are safe. You'll be checking on Monica, Mint, Casper, and Vivi. I'm sure they'd all make great additions to the crew. The terminal on the bridge will tell you just where to find them. Thanks. A civilian we had taken into our protective custody has vanished. Would you be willing to offer us a few more sets of eyes as we look for him? Speak with me at the camp for further details, Craig. Hatteries in trouble? Those damn noble soldiers, they... damn it. I'll tell you all at the inn in Legram, okay? Hurry up and get over here. There's one from Nord, one from Legram, one from Garelia's Proving Ground. Seems we've got plenty of work in store for us all over the country. And now I wish it were my imagination, but I think I saw a depressingly familiar name on one of them as well. I'm kind of worried about the one Dad sent us. And I don't think we can ignore that unusual monster that's appeared in Nord either. Prince Olibert took the time to gather and send all of these to us himself. Wow, how did he manage to do that? He just left for Western Erebonia. He's a guy with plenty of connections, especially through the Bracer Guild. He said he's going to keep finding stuff like this that he thinks you can handle and send them your way. How many you end up doing is up to you, but I'd recommend taking care of the more urgent ones at least. Understood, I don't think any of us mind one bit. Indeed, it helps bring focus to our goal of touring the region and helping those in need. With that being said, I would assume checking the safety of our fellow Thor students is our top priority. I took the liberty of giving you that one myself. We're slowly getting information in on where our other Thor's students could be. Anytime we find something, we'll update the computer, and who knows, maybe they'll be willing to join us too. How convenient. I'm suddenly very grateful for those classes. Guess we'll be checking this thing pretty often. Well, I think that's almost everything. When you've decided where you want to go first, let me know, okay? Oh, and George is hard at work setting up an Orbital Factory in the ship's hold. So, if you need any modifications made to your Arcus or any quartz, you can sort those out there. While you're at it, it's worth checking out the other facilities on board too. It's not much now while we're short on staff, but I'm sure any students you recruit will get creative with their space. Might as well. Still, do you guys mind if we figure out who's going to be making up our active party when we disembark first? Actually, if we're doing that now, would you mind including me? I'd like to see the strange monster from the Highlands request myself. I don't mind at all. That sounds fair. I can come with if you need a hand too. Just let me know if I'm needed, okay? Thanks, instructor. Now, let's see. I should probably do as the instructor recommends and tour the facilities on board at least once before disembarking. There's not much, but it'd be smart to see George in the ship's hold and pay Valimar a visit. Might be good to see Princess Alpin too. This floor has the conference room and the royal room. The latter is exclusively for Princess Alpin, obviously, but I bet we'll be using the former quite a bit. The fourth floor contains a number of useful facilities, including a conference room and various training rooms. It also contains the royal room, which, as the name suggests, was designed for members of the Imperial family on board. Right now, that's Princess Alpin. There are 3 training rooms in all, built to train your close combat, range combat, and arts capabilities respectively. These can't be used immediately, but you'll be able to use them once you have recruited students capable of running them. Hello, Rean. Hello, Your Highness. What's that document you got there? Oh, just a little formality I need to get through before we really get started. It's to show that control of the ship has been temporarily passed from our family to you, and that you've been given the legitimate right to use it as you see fit. Oh, right. Well, if you need my help to cross any T's or dot any I's, let me know. You've been gracious enough to join us on our ship. On the ship. Our ship. Well, I guess it is our ship. So the least I can do is help you out with whatever you need. Oh, don't worry. Half of being a member of the Imperial family is paperwork anyway. I can handle it on my own. Besides, you've all helped me more than enough already. Come to think of it, I never did thank you for saving me from the Pentacle, did I? Properly, I mean. Thank you very much, Rean. I truly never expected that you would be my knight in shining armor. That's not something I need to be thanked for. Back in Ymir, I swore that I would rescue both you and Elise from the Alliance. I've completed half of that task, and now I've got to finish the job. Then let me help you with rescuing her. I'll be keeping a close eye on you all the while to see if you're really Order of the Phoenix Wings metal material. What's this now? It's a very exclusive honor that my family only awards every few years to people who are really deserving of it. There are 3 medals in all: charity, love, and strength, awarded to people who exemplify said virtues. It just so happens that, as a ship of the Imperial family, We have some of those medals on here, so I have them to give. That's remarkably convenient. So, if you demonstrate your worthiness of any of those medals, I'll give them to you. Though, in your case, I'm sure it's more of a matter of when than if. I don't know if I'd say that. Still, it can't hurt to try to live up to those lofty expectations. But medals or no medals, the most important thing for me right now is rescuing Elise. And helping you reunite with your family, too. Of course. You can access the front and rear decks from this floor, and it's where all the shops are. I'll probably see a lot of this place. The third floor contains a variety of facilities you can make use of, including shops and a room you can use to take a nap. Only one shop is available for now, but by recruiting Thor students, you can raise that number up to 4. The aforementioned nap room allows you to rest and restore your HP and EP for free. There's a ton of stuff on this floor. I should probably take a look around to see what's on offer. The second floor has a wide variety of facilities, including a kitchen and an infirmary. While these facilities are currently a little, shall we say, limited, more will become available as you continue to recruit students. This floor also contains a game room, which is just right for playing Blade 2 against your classmates. No. This ship's so fancy. There's so much to see, I can't even decide where to start. I mean, I would if this thing had a chef. I was hoping for some tasty grub. Well, we're flying with the skeleton crew right now. Chefs aren't exactly essential on the ship compared to, say, engineers. But that's why we need to get to work on recruiting students. The more we get, the better the courageous. Makes sense when you put it like that. Makes me kind of jealous of the nobles, though. I bet the Pantagruel's got some real top-class chefs on board. They gave you some super fancy food when they took you on board, right? How was it? It's not like I could really enjoy it that much, given the whole hostage thing. Oh, I guess I couldn't hurt to ask. Have you ever heard of something called the Black Workshop before? Huh? Hold on, who told you about it? Figured she might know. That Altina girl mentioned it to me. She said it's the place she belongs to? She also said they loaned her to the Alliance. Just what kind of place loans someone else a girl? How much can I say here? Is the confidential info in their intelligence division file enough? That sounds like stuff you shouldn't be telling me, but sure. Well, we don't know where it is or anything, but it is a really unique arms workshop. They make weapons to order, but one thing they have in common is that they're all super powerful and super hard to use. You know, for terrorists, high-level Jaegers, customers like that. That huge rifle Crow used to shoot Gramps was probably made there too. You think? Well, it was designed to hit a target over 3,000 ARG away with pinpoint accuracy. That's pretty nuts. Claire says it's the same one he used when he faked his own death back at the mine too. But if they did make it, I wonder if that means they're allied with the Alliance. That's a lot to take in. But why would a girl like Altina be affiliated with a place like that? Then there's that Clam Soleus of hers. That's basically her personal Armageddon. Wait a second. Does the Black Workshop make the combat shells or something? What about Armageddon, for that matter? Ding ding ding. Gramps used to do business with them through the intelligence division from what I hear. But about a year ago, I guess all contact with them just stopped. Lecter was trying to find out where the actual workshop was for a while, but he didn't have any luck. Is that so? Still, I bet you we're gonna run into that girl and her Sammy sooner or later. I'm getting a kind of rival vibe from them, you know? Me and Lammy have got to keep up our training so we can beat them. We're gonna do 1,000 arm swings a day and 1,000,000 push-ups. And we're gonna be so buff, you won't even know what hit you. Just be sure to do those arm swings on the deck and away from people so you don't hit anyone. Now that I know more about that workshop though, it's more mysterious than ever. We might need to add them to our foes to watch out for this right under Ouroboros. Nice, so this is where the Orbital Factory is. I could see myself coming here pretty often. George said he brought the Orbital bike on board from Ymir too. Maybe it's here. Either way, I want to thank him while we're down here. This area of the Courageous contains an Orbital Factory. Like any other Orbital Factory, you can forge weapons and synthesize quartz. Simply speak to George and he will fulfill all requests. As this area also happens to be the most spacious part of the Courageous, it is also where Valimar and the Orbital bike are stored. Eventually, both of these can be customized as well. Hey George, everything doing okay here? Yeah, the Orbital Factory is all ready for use. So, if you need any work done on your orbments, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks, I'm sure we'll be taking you up on that very soon. By the way, you're the one who brought the Orbital bike on board, right? Guilty as charged. I figured it'd come in handy at some point. It was still in good condition thanks to uses, but I did make a few modifications to it. Modifications? Like what? Oh, I changed a few parts so that they'll be better suited to riding off the road. So now you should be able to ride it on rougher terrain. Feel free to take it for a spin anytime. We can ride whenever we want? Really? Really. Even if it were to break down or something, it wouldn't be hard to come and collect it with the Courageous. So go ahead and have fun riding it around. Thanks, I've got a feeling it'll come in handy. And to be honest, just the thought of getting to ride it around all over the country makes me excited. Angela would be proud. Oh, just one thing about that sidecar we added to it. It was roughed up pretty bad during the attack on the Academy, sorry. I can fix it for sure, but it's going to cost a lot of Mira to buy all the materials. So you'll have to go without it for a while, at least until we have the funds to repair it anyway. That's a shame. It is, but what can you do? Oh, one other thing about the bike. What would you say to giving it a brand new paint job? A paint job? Yeah, I saw this special feature in an automotive magazine about painting those recently. I thought it might be kind of fun to give it a shot ourselves, you know? We've got the perfect test subject. I can easily set up a station over there. Why not give it a go if you're interested? I see, that does sound interesting. Yeah, I'll give it a shot once you're all set up. Sounds fun. Greetings, Awakener. Hey, Valimar. I take it your mana's recovered a little now? Affirmative. It stands at 50% replenished. I see that a new power has awakened within you as well. I don't know if I'd call it a new exactly. This power has always been within me, I just didn't understand what it was or why it was there. But thanks to everyone's help, it finally feels like it's a part of me. If that makes any sense. Still, I need to keep practicing using it. I can't have a repeat of what happened aboard the Pentacle. You appear to be aware of your own limitations. Much like how you learned to better synchronize with me through practice, humans must improve their specifications through similar means. You need only to work towards improvement to gain optimal proficiency for the battles to come. Huh? Huh. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I can't help but feel that one day this power will be useful to me as an Awakener too. I won't be able to use it all the time, but I'll do what I can to get better at making use of it. I look forward to it. Alright, I think I've seen all the key onboard facilities now. Now all that's left is to tell Toa where we're going next.